everybody, this is Patty with the Leather Lady LLC again, and we are going to be doing a small project today. We're going to be doing a decorative knot called the blood knot. Don't ask me why it's called a blood knot. You have to Google it, do that research. However, I'm going to teach you how to make one. We use them a lot in Western saddles with the saddle strings. It's sort of a decorative knot. You can do all kinds of things with it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And we are also going to give you the tools of what you need, and then we are going to get started. Simple, really easy. Anybody could do it. I'm going to show you a couple of different things as well. So let's get started. So these are the tools that you're going to need. Super simple. You're going to need some type of lace, this or a saddle string. Depends on what your project is. This is just a 5/8, I think, a 5/8 saddle string. You can make them as long or as short as you want. And then you're going to need some type of cutting board, but you're going to need a ring of some sort to put it on. Or you're going to need a concho. So if you're doing a Western saddle or something to do with horse equipment, you'll need a concho. One of these guys here, this is a concho. This is called a rosette. You can do them without, you can do them with. However, this here is just a concho. I'm going to show you how to do this one today. You need some type of cutting. You can use a box knife. You can use a X-Acto blade. You can use just anything small that you can get a nice little cut in there. Kitchen knives, you better have a real sharp one. You want a sharp one because you want a nice sharp split. All right. So here is a blood knot with a concho and a rosette. So this would be the typical thing that you would see on a Western saddle towards the back of the saddle for the saddle strings, okay? This is just a simple blood knot, okay? This is just one that, you know, you can just make, and you can cut off the ends whichever way you like. And then what I did with this one here, just for something different, this is a blood knot, but what I did is I dyed one half black and one half I kept the same. And then I twisted the ends. These are still wet, so they're not quite done. But for video purposes, definitely I just wanted to get it done. But these are twisted fringe. You can put twisted fringe on them. You can do all kinds of decorative stuff with them. So definitely want to just sort of see what you want to play with that. And that one here, if you look on the other side, I could go black all the way around. However, I just dyed it just for purposes of this video. Okay, so let's get started. What you want to do is get yourself some saddle string. Now I've set this up so that I'm working on actually a keychain. I could do it on here. I'm lacing the keychain here, but I could do an extra one on here if I wanted to, just to add some little pizzazz to a keychain. Definitely, or a key fob, do like that. If you want, and you want to make keychains or key fobs, this kind of a thing, you just contact me, and I sell them by the pack, 10 or 100 or whatever. If you've got a group, they're great for group projects, definitely. Or if you want conchos and that kind of a thing, just let me know. Conchos, if you're going to bring me a concho, you just say, well, I want you to put conchos on it. There's millions of kinds of conchos. Know what you want, okay? So anyway, we could add a nice decorative blood thing to that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your, whatever it is that you're going to do. This is a little thick, guys. Okay, so something just came into my head. So this is a little thick for what I want to do. However, I didn't have any other dyed, and I wanted to use this for this purpose. But you can get it thin. You can do it on a thin. Now, you can't get it too thin, or it's just going to roll within itself. So you want a piece of leather that's pretty thin. 3-4 ounce is really thin. Maybe a 5-6 ounce, maybe 6 ounce, that kind of a thing. So what you're going to do is whatever it is you're going to use, you're just going to put it through either a ring like this, simple, and then, or if you're going to use a concho, you're going to do like this. Concho on top of your slotted rosette, and then you're just going to thread it through. This is for the horse people that want to know how to do this. You're going to just thread it through. Yeah, and you're going to have a little bit of a bump in the back. You can take a hammer and hammer that down later. So you've got this way. Okay, and it's going to lay this way. And you're like, well, your rosette just, well, you can turn it around. These rosettes sometimes are not cut exactly, so you can just play with it and go with that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make a slice. Well, where do I make that slice? That's up to you how far you want to go down. I like to keep it a little bit closer. So I'm just going to take and make a slice. And you're going to make the slice. Let's see if I can get it so that you guys can see it. You're going to make a slice as wide in the center as the blade. Okay, maybe a little bit bigger. Make sure you go all the way through, okay? Because what you're going to do next is you're going to bring up that bottom one through. Make sure you put a little point on the end because it'll make your life a lot easier. You may need to get either a screwdriver. You don't have to. It just depends on how thick, again, your leather is. A screwdriver or just something to separate that. Make a little hole so that it comes in a little bit easier. But you don't need to. Okay, so we're getting this through here, and you're just going to keep pulling it through. And you can get a pair of pliers and pull it. And then what you're going to do when you get to this point, okay, so we need to bring it through, but we need to turn it. So we need to turn it. So just keep twisting and pulling and turning. Okay. Like I said, this is really thick. There we go. So you're going to get a look like this a little bit. Try to get it as straight as you can because that's going to make a difference in making it pretty or angled or whatever. So then what you're going to do is you're going to cut a slit in this top one. Now that's the opposite one that you just did. And you can get it really close or you can get it farther apart. It's better to get the knots closer than further because it's going to give your design a little bit better look. Let me see. See how this one here, it's sort of far apart? You can do that. It's up to you. Or you can do them really close together, which then gives you this look. Now you could just do 2 knots and that's enough. You could do 3 knots, 4 knots. You could keep going. You can make a bracelet. Okay. So we've done the bottom one. So now we're going to take this bottom one and put it through. Okay, and again, you've got to twist it. So we want the pretty side on the outside this time because the bottom side is the rough out. We call it rough out. Okay. Flies. Oh my goodness. I had the shop doors open yesterday and it was nasty hot. So the flies. Okay. So now you have 2 blood knots. Okay. Let's do one more. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to do the bottom one because we want the top one to go through. Yeah. So we're going to cut the top one. We'll do 4 blood knots. So we're going to cut the top one again. Just enough for that to get through. If I make it too long, yeah, it's fine, but it's going to make it just a slightly different look. You can always make the hole bigger. You can't make the hole smaller. Right. There we go. I'm going to pull this up through. Stop. These stupid flies. Do you see them flying around on my camera? I don't have air conditioning in my shop, so I have to use a fan and Okay, so you see how it's there? You're going to have to twist it just so that it comes around, that it looks like this. So when you pull it through again, so I'm going to pull this finish through, and I'm doing it just sort of tight, but not super tight. And see how that's sort of off? Okay, I don't like that. I want it to be completely square. Okay, so there you go. Now, if I decided I could leave this rough out on top, I personally don't like it. So I am going to make one more cut. One more cut. One more cut. And then I'm going to do this. I like a nice finish. This bottom side. You know, you got to know about leather, guys. If you buy a hide or buy any kind of string, just know that parts of it may be thinned out. It's just that, you know, like it is skin. So, you know, parts of our skin is thicker than other parts and things like that. That's why you got to know your hide on what part you need to use for a project. That's why I'm starting school and classes, so that you can know what kind of hide you need to use for your classes, for your projects, because there's a million kinds of things out there that you could do. And then if you order a hide, you're sort of stuck, because, you know, if you pick the wrong, if you buy a shoulder and you really wanted, you know, something like a back and things like that, you've got to know those things. So again, I'm going to be teaching here. Go to my website if you want to just do a workshop, if you want to do a class, if you want to do a DIY, that kind of thing. Go to my website, theleatherladyllc.com. Okay, so we're at the very back side again, and now I got to turn it because I want that pretty side down. Otherwise, this black other is going to show. So I need to turn it one more time. Keep turning till it actually turns. And then when you get it almost to the end there, make sure that you turn it so that it's facing the way you want it. All right. And there you go. You have a blood knot. That's how easy it is. Okay. So the other thing too is I showed you this one here that it has fringe on it. And we call this twisted fringe. I'm going to be doing another video about fringe. That's it. So you can do that as an extra decoration to your blood knot, and do that as well. So I hope this was a good video for you. You enjoyed it. Please make comments. I would love to hear your comments, what project you're working on to do a blood knot. And also, too, don't forget to go to my other videos at the Leather Lady LLC on YouTube, or go to my website where you can order products. Now, if you need rings, you need saddle strings, you need just lace of that kind, catch me at my website. There's a contact me there at the Leather Lady LLC, and have fun with your project.